Hello guys, Nintendo Capri Sun here, and welcome back to Let's Play Ni no Kuni. This is part 6. Not that it matters what part it is. And I have a plant in my face. As per usual. I'm hoping we can make this a thing throughout the entire LP. But I'm already having concerns about certain areas in the future in which I might not be able to do that. But I guess we'll just cross that bridge when we get... Oh, wait, don't do that. I don't know why I keep making that mistake, going into the subscreen like that. I'm not used to, you know, O, or the far right button, being the cancel button. So anyway, in the last episode, we had a number of things going on. We were in a couple of side quests we were in the middle of, and we also wanted to get the wand from the king, I think. Had we even seen the king yet? That's the part I can't remember. I think we needed to see the king to get permission to shop at the weapon store. Well, at any rate, this is the weapon store over here, so why don't we check this out and see. See exactly where we are here, because I've played this beginning part so many times. Well, that's right, we never got the third kid, so here he is. I hurt my wig, oh. Here's a kissy kissy, make you feel better. Alright, anyway. Drippy seems a little over-enthusiastic. Maybe I could suck some enthusiasm out of him. Save that for, like, you know, time when I need it. Should be, yeah, treasure chest right over here. Just open this up, get ourselves a Sunday. Not to be confused with the day of the week. Okay, this bird, man, looks ridiculous. I mean, it looks like that has to be a human wearing one. You know how the people go around wearing those horse masks? Well, I think that's a human wearing a bird mask. I'll explain more on why I think that once we see him again. In the meantime, let's not miss any pods here, because those treasures do respawn. And over the course of time, collecting them repeatedly can sometimes mean the difference between being able to afford something and not in the future. It really depends on how, you know, how the life goes. So now that we've taken care of the 3 kids, we're going to talk to the mother here. Pick up our well-deserved reward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1 thank you for each kid. And we get 50 guilders, 3 slices of sweetie pie. So pie is another one of those foods that you feed to your familiars, and I believe the corresponding stat to pie is accuracy, which kind of sucks, because accuracy, I would say, is probably the most useless stat in the game. I mean, I can see why it is useful, but at the same time, it's the one that I would say I probably least care about. But there are familiars that, for which pie is their favorite food, and so I pretty much just avoid those whenever I can. What else can you do? Oh yeah, we still have to pick up our outfit. Yeah, what was I thinking, man? Good deal, good deal. Get my stuff and let's just get through this dialogue, man. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's trendy. You
Okay, so now,
sharp, Ollie boy.
now if you've seen Takari Freak in my Breaking NCS videos at the conventions and you didn't know who she was cosplaying as before, well, you know now. And that's the first burp of the video. First burp. Oh, so apparently these clothes used to belong to an actual hero of some sort. I don't think I quite caught all the facts there, but to be frank, I don't really care. I mean, we're talking about, you know, it's like a work of fiction within a work of fiction here, basically. Or maybe a work of non-fiction within a work of fiction, but does it even matter either way? So head to the palace and meet the king. I believe that'll be our next goal. There's nothing else in here, is there? There is a blue treasure chest over there. We can't open that yet, though. I'm gonna need a certain spell to do that. I'm gonna have to remember that that's there, too, before I leave. There's probably something good in there. I'm not sure when you actually get what it is you need to get to open those, though. I don't remember if that's here or in the next town. At any rate, here's the north side of town. Have I even shown this part of the town yet? I don't remember. This nice big burly carpenter guy. Nice waterfalls. Yeah, I was up here before. Because I talked to the guards and they said I couldn't go by. Just love the animation on the cape as you walk around. It looks so very fluid. Like even when you're standing still, it blows in the wind. It's just very... I mean, it's awfully realistic looking for a cartoon, I'll say that much. It's weird when a cartoon looks realistic, and yet somehow it's just almost like looking at an optical illusion, I guess. His Meowjesty. I'm sorry, but you gotta be kidding me. His Meowjesty? Okay, a red herring. So apparently the king has lost his red herring. And, never mind the fact that they actually call it a red herring as if to, you know, as if to, like, as if they wanted the player to think that there was no such thing. And that we're just being led on a wild goose chase here. But, you know, as long as they're telling us there's something missing, I guess we might as well be looking for it. Can't help but think, though, that they're trying to give me the runaround here. Love the fish in the ground here. Little fish design. Just another nice detail. I think probably a third of the time, well, maybe not a third of the time, but maybe, you know, at least 10% of the time that I played this game the first time through, I was just spending time moving the camera around trying to look at everything. Because there's so much to look at. It's like, I don't know why I can't find the real world that fascinating. But then, to be honest, I mean, I do, actually, kind of. You know, I'm always looking around at stuff. Something I remember my sister telling me when she was back in school. She overheard some people talking about her and how weird she was, or something. And apparently what they said about her was, she's just really weird. She, like, looks around. Like, what's so weird about that? Jeez, man. So apparently the fish is down there. Well, this is a great situation to be in. Oh, that was a fish, alright. Well, how the heck am I supposed to get out of this? I mean, if I was in real life standing on that right now, I'd be screwed. You'd pretty much have to take me to a laundromat. But apparently Oliver is extremely good at jumping, so... good for him, I guess. I don't know where he picked up that skill. I mean, he's not, you know, he's not a hero already. He hasn't really picked up, you know, just because you say you're going to go off on a quest doesn't mean you suddenly become able to do all the things you're going to need to do. But sometimes people just get lucky, I guess. I see that a lot in video games, to be honest, but, you know, I guess that's kind of the whole point. Did I just go the wrong way? No, because it's up here. Yeah, that's right. There's that husky cat again. I swear. Yep. I believe there's actually a side quest involving these girls later on. Or this girl and this cat, should I say. There it is. Well, let's get a move on here. Now, we've already been back here because we came here to get the Spirit Medium spell earlier. So I think that's when they meant for you to get it, was when you came to do this. But I just happened to come here earlier, so... Anyway, this is it. It really is a red herring. Holy doggone. I should have refilled my Coke before I started this recording. As it is, all I got is water sitting here. Water and a $5 bill. I'm gonna move that microphone wire. It keeps messing up on me. It keeps, like, grinding against the side of my chair. So I'm just hoping that you can't. I'm hoping that you guys can't hear any of that. But I can feel it when it does it, so it's like, if I can feel it, you can probably hear it. I don't want you to have to listen to that. So you got the king's fish, let us in. You'll notice Drippy's carrying the fish. This is not uncommon. You'll see this happen fairly frequently throughout the game. When you get sent off to a fetch quest, you have to pick something up. And you just need it transported. Drippy will be your... what is even the word for that? Your concierge? I don't think that's the right word. He'll be your shopping cart. Sometimes there are moments in the game when the dialogue is so good that I really hate that there wasn't voice acting for it. And judging by what I've seen on the message boards, that does seem to be a common complaint about the game, is it'll shift back and forth between having voice acting and then not having voice acting in some extremely important moments.
A pleasure to meet you, your Meowjesty.
So it was you who delivered one's treasure back to one?
That's right.
Yes, your Majesty.
And you wish for a prize?
That we do.
Go on, man. Ask him.
Come now, don't be shy.
Oh my god.
Well, your Majesty,
Out with it now!
we need your wand.
One's one.
Yeah, scratch that beard, man. Well, this guy's just
Huh?
like me.
What did you say?
Crikey.
That smell. Could it be?
Now, as a question of etiquette, do I give you the ass
That's right,
or the
your
crotch?
Majesty. He's not from our world. He's the one whose power freed me from my prison.
What? You mean he broke his spell? This little boy?
Yes.
Do you understand what you're saying, Faye?
have to say
Once you defy him, there's no turning back.
I know, but...
But what precisely?
Well, you know, he might be able to...
He can't get it up. He's just dead.
It's not
He
one's
just needs to go
concern.
plop.
You may not have the wand. Now be gone.
Does that mean no wand, Mr. Drippy?
Looks like it.
When I worked at Pick and Save, I just try to get up, plop, pick my nose, you know. Just plop. Oh, just plop. So we didn't exactly get done what we wanted to get done there.
So how do we get the wand now?
Something wasn't quite right about our royal friend. Broken-hearted he is, or I'm broken-headed.
The king is?
Lacking enthusiasm, it looked like. And because he's broken-hearted, the whole kingdom's being dragged down with him.
What are we waiting for? Let's go find the piece of heart he's missing.
Blimey, you don't need much encouragement, do you?
I just can't imagine that anything I could have possibly said here, though, would have been interesting, because this is, like, really... Basically, what they're telling you here is they're introducing a new aspect of the game that you're going to have to get used to. That aspect being that sometimes you'll have to go back to your original world, to Motorville, where you came from, to look for someone's soulmate. Because a lot of times, the problems that cause people to be brokenhearted in this world have something to do with their soulmate also being brokenhearted in the other world. And that comes up fairly frequently, and this is the first time you see it. So they go into all this ridiculous detail explaining, step by step, exactly how, why, when, where, and who. And then, of course, you finally get to go do it. And of course, what you find out is so ridiculously obvious that it's almost like, gee, why didn't I just consult my second grade coloring book? Or my second year of my life coloring book, more like, to figure that out. Actually, now that I think about it, we're not even to that point yet. We're not even up to that conversation yet. That actually happens a little bit later, I think. Because now we're just looking for enthusiasm, which we already know, why that happens to people, because they get brokenhearted, and now it just happens that the king is one of the people who got brokenhearted. So why it takes them this long to explain that the king just happens to be one of those people who needs fixing, I don't know, but there you go. So whatever, I'm not reading any of that. You can read it if you want, you can just mute my stupid ass. So whatever, so we gotta find some enthusiasm, do we? I guess it is worth noting that when it comes to things like enthusiasm, or any of the other attributes, enthusiasm, love, or restraint is another one, you can only carry like one of each. So if you happen to meet two people, who have more enthusiasm than they need, you can't like take 2 units of it and then go off and give it to 2 people who need it. You have to do them one at a time. Like, get the enthusiasm, give it to one person, get the other enthusiasm, give it to the second person. So that's something that becomes important. Also, if I understand right, there is actually an achievement for carrying all 8 attributes at once. But a lot of times you spend so much time giving the attributes out at the same time as you're picking them up. So the odds of actually having all 8 of them at once is extremely rare. Okay, so you might notice I actually cut the video there. The reason for me doing that was because for some reason I wandered around the town for like a solid minute there, doing nothing before I figured out what I was supposed to do here. So, and the chances are I was probably explaining something then, but whatever it was. I might have been explaining about the locket, because did I ever do that? I think the tree did that for us, actually, didn't he? Because the tree was the one that gave us the locket. At any rate. Well, see, here's the thing, though. They tell you that the locket glows when you get close to someone who has something that you need. But what else you can do is you can actually watch the map. It's not going to show it here for some reason. But when there's somebody nearby that has something that you need, that you can pick up and take into your locket, like one of the attributes, then they will show up as a green dot on the map. So all you gotta do, really, is just go to all the people that are green dots, get their stuff, and take it to all the people who are flashing blue dots, because those are the ones that need the stuff. So it's very easy to actually do those missions, and most of the time, it's when you talk to somebody who needs something, if you've been picking up all the attributes all this time, chances are you'll have what they need already, without having to, find out about their problem and then say, okay, I need this, and go off and find it. Chances are you'll already have it, if you've been picking them up. So, chances are also pretty likely that you won't remember, who you got that courage from, or why they had so much of it. You'll just say, well, I have courage, so I'm going to give it to this person. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I found myself skipping most of the dialogue on those quests, because I'm just like, well, okay, this person needs courage, this person needs enthusiasm, this person needs love. When I got to a point where I just didn't really care, I was kind of like, yeah, I get the picture. Pick this up, take it to this person. Pick this up, take it to this person. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely idea for, for a very basic form of a side quest. But at its root, basically all it is, fetch questing for feelings rather than items, I guess. Or money, or what have you. Still, it doesn't change the fact that, you know, you get some pretty decent rewards for it. And that's really the thing. That's what kept me doing it, though, was the rewards. Because you stack up those merit cards and you get some really good stuff. I'll explain more on that later, too, because we'll definitely need to do that. Gotcha, some enthusiasm. No more plopping for you, sir. Your days of plopping are long gone. So, cast the Give Heart spell, and here we go. If you've ever seen a cartoon in your life, you know what's about to happen here. He's about to get up and go crazy. Just like the genie when he first was freed from the lamp.
So, do you think it worked?
Let's see, shall we?
What the devil was one up to?
Your Meowjesty, please tell us you're back to your old self.
Eh? Why, one is 10 times more energetic than one has ever been.
Yeah, do those push-ups.
Different, somehow.
This is your doing, is it not? Then you must be rewarded. Your Meowjesty, it seems that these brave adventurers have lifted the curse that was placed upon you.
What? Is this true?
Yes, Your Meowjesty. It appears that you were cursed with a lack of enthusiasm.
Is that so? One certainly didn't feel oneself for a while there. It seems one is in your debt.
Like, does he remember any of that time that he was just sitting around? Because that's what I'm curious about. Because if you remember it, wouldn't it also stand to reason that you were aware of it as it was happening? So therefore, it wouldn't really be... I mean, if you're aware of something, don't you have the power to change it? Well, I guess not necessarily. Depends on what you're talking about, really. Well, I guess, I mean, that's actually kind of a dumb question. I mean, I've been aware of it when I didn't have enthusiasm. In case you haven't noticed, this guy has a certain proclivity for referring to himself as one. I don't know if that means he's like an Xbox fanboy or what. What's going on there? He just loves the number one, I guess. Maybe he loves Neo. Maybe he wants to kiss Neo on the lips. I guess Trinity would probably be jealous, though. And I don't think this guy would want to get his ass kicked by Trinity. With the cameras going around in circles around him before she kicks him. Alright. So we fixed his enthusiasm and he was supposed to give us a wand, but apparently he doesn't know where it is. So we're supposed to leave and just mess around while he looks for it. And that's pretty much literally what the game wants us to do right now. Well, not really, because before, you remember how we tried to go to the weapon shop? And we couldn't get anything there? Well, now that the king is back to his old self again, he's now granted us permission to shop there. Now, I'm not actually going to shop there, because for reasons that will become clear later. But you do have to go visit there to advance the plot, so check out these paw prints. They just go all through the town. But this looks like a good plant to try and hide behind for our episode transition here. Even though there's probably pee in this plant. Yep, there we go. Okay, guys, so next time on Ni no Kuni, we will wake up in the grass, and we'll go visit the weapon shop. See you guys later.